find in myself a desire which no experience in this world can satisfy. The most probable explanation is that I was made for another world.
Come and see the birthplace of one of the finest writers the world has ever seen. C.S. Lewis, creator of Narnia, was born in Belfast, and Ireland, both north and south, had a profound influence on his work. Your guide for this adventure is Sandy Smith, a Lewis expert and director of the C.S. Lewis Centre in Belfast. Walk in the footsteps of Lewis and go on an unforgettable journey to discover the places, stories and inspirations for many of his greatest works. See where the world-famous writer started life at Dundela Avenue in the winter of 1898.
This is where C.S. Lewis was born. What was the story that happened here about which he said, "The rest of my life is about nothing else"?
Just down the road is Little Lee, the Lewis family home from 1905 to 1930. And it was in the attic of this house that he first started writing. Lewis spent hours of his childhood in the little end room, inventing stories about other worlds and looking out across County Down.
So what was the story that unfolded here that so dramatically affected the rest of Lewis's life?
Lewis's old school, Campbell College, is nearby, and it's said that this lamp was the inspiration for the light that guided Lucy into Narnia.
So what are the images that find their way into Lewis's Narnia? Where did those images come from? What does he say about them? And how does he use them in his writing?
I yearn to see County Down in the snow. One almost expects to see a march of dwarves dashing past. How I long to break into a world where such things were true.
He returned to Northern Ireland many times throughout his life, even choosing to honeymoon with Joy Gresham here at the Crawfordsburn Inn in 1958.
Heaven is Oxford, lifted and placed in the middle of County Down.
The Hollywood Hills above Belfast could easily be a glimpse into Narnia. Lewis walked here many times, looking out across Belfast, listening to the sound of the hammers that built the Titanic. But it was the magical scenery of the Mourne Mountains where the kingdom of Narnia was really born.
I have seen landscapes, notably in the Mourne Mountains, which under a particular light made me feel that at any moment a giant might raise his head over the next ridge.
Childhood holidays here and at Dunluce Castle on the north coast of Ireland were central inspirations for Lewis's writing.
Cair Paravel, on its little hill, towered above them. Before them there were sands, with little rocks and pools of salt water, and seaweed and the smell of the sea, and long miles of bluish-green water and waves breaking forever and ever on the beach. Have you heard it? Can you remember? Could it be somewhere we once stayed for a holiday when we were very, very small?
Come and see this magical kingdom for yourself and discover how the landscape, traditions and heritage of Northern Ireland helped shape some of the most awe-inspiring stories ever written